When creating effective visuals, it's important not to put too much on the slide. For example, let's look at this slide. Where am I supposed to look? The background, the small image, the words? I don't know. Instead, take a look at this slide. It's the same background as the previous slide, except this time we've made it the entire background, and we've only put a few words on top of the screen. These words act as a very persuasive visual, showing that global warming is turning the world from this lush greenery to an arid, dry landscape. A mistake that speakers often make when making visuals is putting too many images on a slide and too many words on a slide. For example, again, where is my eye supposed to look? The images are too small for me to really appreciate the different fashion, and instead of listening to the speaker, I'm now reading the speaker's bullet points. Instead, this speaker decided to choose one central image as a focus for his slide. While he's presenting, we will be listening to his presentation instead of reading his slides. In addition, because the image is larger, he can use this image to point out specific aspects of Elizabethan fashion, when before the images were too small for us to see any detail. Here is yet another example from a previous student's slides. Again, too many words, too many small images. Where should we look? And we're going to spend our time reading. Instead, as stated before, you should choose one central image per slide and avoid words at almost all costs. We should be listening to you, not reading. When presenting data, it's important to present the numbers in a visual form. Remember, PowerPoint or slide presentations are supposed to be visual. This is not visual. This is difficult for me to look at, and I don't know exactly where I'm supposed to look. Here is a better visualization of statistics on a slide. By using circles to show the difference in numbers, we can easily see the data and we know what we're supposed to focus on. Again, we should try to find really interesting ways to show numbers. Why always show a chart or a graph? Try to show your numbers in a very visually appealing way. Lastly, let's talk about the images themselves. It's important to not disrupt an image. Pick images that are clear and sized appropriately. A common mistake that speakers make when making visuals is stretching images so that they fit the slide. There's no need to stretch an image. Yes, you should make it as large as you can, but don't stretch it so that it looks strange. Instead, make the image as big as you can without stretching it so that it looks appealing. In addition, don't make images too small. If the image can fill the slide, then fill it. This image is much more effective when it takes up the entire slide. If an image cannot fit an entire slide, then don't leave the background white. This will create white space around the image, and it's very distracting to the audience. Instead, change the background to black. Black will blend in when projecting. The image will stand alone as the slide. Nothing needs to distract us from Beyoncé. Some final reminders for you when making a visual. Remember to make the image the central focus of your presentation. Avoid any sort of bullet points and use very few words, if only to use them as a visual. Remember to show numbers in a very interesting fashion. All of these tips will help you create some awesome and persuasive visuals.